Hello, Aku here again. Welcome back to my FTB Monster beginner's guide. I am in my little world here and about to get on with some stuff that we was getting on with last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into the Twilight Forest in just a minute, through my book up there, and get some more lapis for my tools and my pick. What I want to do just to start with though is I want to cover a couple of little things first. Last time I mentioned the hang glider and the sleeping bag. I said I had no wool, of course. I've got cotton, which is wool, I always forget. So get some cotton, make that into a square like that, gets you wool. If you do it into a 4, no, not a 4, if you do it into a 3, gets you string. But if you do it into a 9, so even that out with B, there we go, gets you wool, so we can get some wool out of that. Wonderful. And now what we want to do is we want to make some of them into carpet, 6 carpet, and we need 2 there, 2 there, 3 across there, and I need 1 more bit of wool, I think. I cannot count. Let's get 1 more bit of wool. Choose this crafting table here. There we go. What that gets us is this wonderful thing called a sleeping bag. Now with this we can sleep wherever we go. It doesn't reset our bed, so currently my bed's either set here or set upstairs. I'm not sure which one it's set to, but it won't change that. So I wanted to cover that. I did mention it last time, but I didn't actually get around to making it. And another thing from open blocks is the elevator blocks. I just want to cover them really quick. Now these are also made from wool, which I said I didn't have. A couple of people pointed out in the comments that I had loads of wool over there, so thank you very much for that. What the elevator blocks do, they let you get up and down. And previously they did cost XP, but now in this pack they don't cost XP. If it's costing XP for you, you can change it in the config. This is an elevator block. It needs to have 1 above it. So there's 1 up there as well. If we press space on it, it shoots us up to the 1 above. So you can see I've got rid of my stairs, and I've got this to get up here now. And if you press shift on it, you go down. Now I think the default range of these is 20. This is actually 20. I made this place specifically to have a 20 block height there because my plan was to use elevators. So yeah, by default it's 20. I think you can change that in the config as well, because I think on Resident Rising we now got it set to 32. So you can change that as well if you so wish. So that's that bit covered. So let's head into the Twilight Forest, and actually want to go in from there, don't I? So what we finished with last time was we went into the Twilight Forest. I think I mentioned renaming these books, didn't I? You just rename them in the writing desk there, you put them in the slot there, you can rename them then, just take them back out and then they carry that name. So we're going to our hill, and you see from last time, so if I'm in here I actually want to set my bed, just in case I died, remember. It's good practice that. The way we're doing this is pretty safe for me, if I'm being honest. Up here, unless you get knocked off down into the bottom, you're probably not going to get into any trouble. You get the odd ghosty thing up here, but because we're using half blocks, things can't spawn. So this is a very safe way of doing this. As you can see, I've spread out. This takes quite a long time putting all these half slabs down, if I'm being honest. If you've found some loot in the overworld, you may have found a builder's one, which makes it a lot easier, but I don't think I've got one of them yet, have I? No, so it'd be in there if I did have. So I ain't got one of them yet, so that's actually no good to us at the minute. But what I have been able to get from here, I can't believe I haven't brought any blocks with me. Silly me. What I have got from in here is loads of lapis. And so I just broke 2 lapis blocks there. And out of that I got 48 lapis because I added full lapis and haste onto my pick here from last time. So what I want to do now is I'm getting lapis now to add to my sword. Now, I think I mentioned last time this sword's temporary. We're going to be making a redstone arsenal sword because they're really awesome. I can't believe I didn't bring any blocks. We'll just get the ones that are in range at the minute. As you can see, I made a path over where I could see lapis so I could come and get some while I was recording. And we've got loads of other good stuff in here as well. We've got gold and rutile ore from mariculture, loads of iron. You see my pick's nice and quick now because I've added redstone to it as well. So let's head back to the overworld, and I'll meet you back in my, in fact, what I'll do is I'll get a bit of cobble, and I'll get all this lapis that's in sight, so there, that stuff up there. What I'm going to do as well, now we've got full fortune on this, is I'm going to get a little bit of diamond, just to make sure I don't run out of diamonds back in the base, and I'm going to get these 2 little bits of emerald here, because now we've got Now we've got we've only got 4. Still, 4 is better than 2. Sometimes on half slabs, by the way, when stuff drops, it kind of wants to fall through the floor. If you just jump, it'll capture it. That's maybe doesn't actually happen until we've got something to collect stuff. Anyway, ignore that a little bit. So I shall meet you back at my base when I've mined a little bit of stuff in here, and we'll carry on. Okay, I'm back. I'm still in the Twilight Forest. I've got a load of that lapis down. As you can see there, we've got enough to make 64 blocks of lapis, which is awesome. That's all we're going to need to sort our sword out, and then some. Oh, get away, you titty head. So I'll show you another couple of really useful things in here that I've noticed. That down there, I won't get too close to the edge because that dickhead might knock me off. That down there is slime beetle spawner, so that's very good for getting slimes and slime balls. And over this side, you don't get many of these. But what we've got down this side is, if you can still see it, that one there, I believe, is a creeper spawner. So that's pretty cool as well. Come on, drop a creeper and show me. So you can see a creeper in there, look. So a creeper spawner, very useful. So we'll be using them later on. So for now, though, I'm going to head back to my base. I've got lots of stuff. Now, I just broke one of these fluorite crystals. I think they might be broken, like the get away. Yeah, there we go. Let me see a fluorite crystal. Can't even see one now. There was some about, I swear. They're like all different colours, and it dropped me one block. Get away, you. One block dropped me all them different fluorites. So I don't think that's working as intended. And there's the little 4 emeralds that I got. But yeah, all them fluorites just off one little thing. That's certainly not right. So I think something's wrong there. Possibly the same as the issue with the mimicry. Yeah, there's some. That stuff there, fluorite ore. I'm pretty sure it's not meant to drop all that. Anyway, let's head back to the overworld then. And what we can do now is I'm going to sleep. I'm going to reset my spawn to the overworld, because if I died now, my spawn's set to the Twilight Forest, of course. So that's reset me. And then let's head down here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put looting 3 onto my sword. Now, this is the best way to get looting and fortune on your pick and your sword to start with, because it's pretty straightforward. You can try and do it by enchanting, but there's always an element of luck until you get into later stuff. But for now, what we can do is we're going to use 50 blocks of this, and first of all, I'll show you what I've put on the pick there. We've put 450 lapis on, which is 50 blocks. We've put 150 redstone on, which gives it speed, up to speed 23. We can add 2 more modifiers to this, one with a block of gold and a diamond, which we ain't done yet, and one with a nether star later on. So we can get even quicker than 23. 23 is pretty quick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it with a sword. Now, I've been told that all you've got to do is put 1 on this, and then use it, and it'll grow. So I could have put 1 on there. I actually put 18 on. That's showing what it will be like if I put more in. But if you just put a little bit on, I've been told it grows now. But we want looting 3 pretty quick, because we want any mobs we kill to drop us loot. Like, we want endermen to drop as many ender pearls as possible, blazes to drop as many blaze rods, stuff like that. So this is worth doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bang this to full looting 3. Like so. There we go. We are full. So we've got 450 lapis on there. So if you look at it now, it's got looting 3, which is really good. And I'm going to try the upgrade thing by putting just 1 quartz on here. So all that can go in there. I'm going to put 1 quartz on, and using this sword, we'll see if the quartz actually grows. So what quartz does is add sharpness, so it increases the damage. See, 2 hearts base damage. This is going to make it to 2.5 just by putting 1 on there. So we'll put that on there. We'll see that use another one of our modifiers. So we've got 2 modifiers, so we could go up to 216 total quartz, and then we can add 2 more modifiers onto that, so you can get quite a lot of damage out. But for now, that's going to do us. So that is our pick and our sword upgraded. I've showed you a little bit of blocks. Our pick and our sword's been upgraded. Now I want to make a silk touch pick, and for that, I'm going to make these silky crystal things. So if we look at our emerald here, we can make with it. Actually, I'm going to need 1 more emerald, so I have to cut camera at some point and go get one. And where will this be? Shapeless? It's not shapeless, I'm sure. Oops, not in there. In there. Silky. Let's look at it that way. Silky cloth. Oh yeah, I don't need any more at all. So I need 4 gold nuggets with some strings to get some of this silky cloth. I need 4 of these silky cloth, and they go around one emerald, and that'll get as a silky jewel. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I want 1 emerald. I'm going to want 4, 32 of them, innit? Yeah, 32. And we're going to want 4 gold nuggets. We've got any in there? No, let's check our little laws thing over it. Is it in there? No, not in there either. So let's head over here. And in our chest over here, just at the very least a block of gold, possibly already some nuggets. Gold ingot, that'll do. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. That gets us these silky cloths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if we put 4 of them around one of our emeralds, we get silky jewel. And I made a second pick. You can't have looting and silky on the same pick, so I made a second one. So that's iron pick, and this one's iron silky. Original, I know. So back we come to our tool station, and what we can do is we can add silky onto this one, and now that has got moss and silk touch. Wonderful. And what I'm going to do with the rest of that is I'm going to put a load of redstone on that as well. Now there's an auto smelt and stuff like that. I don't use the auto smelt. I find it a bit too powerful, especially when it combined with looting. So I could have put that on with my looting if I wanted to, but I've not bothered. I just wanted a nice fast silk touch pick, so I can grab some redstone. Need to mine some more redstone pretty soon. And the way I do redstone is I put a block in one and singles in another, because it's in multiples of 50. So 4 9s and 4 1s. Sorry, 5. Yeah, 4 9s. 4 1s equals 50. That equals 40, idiot. 5 and 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this nice and fast. So I've got a choice when I go out and about in the world whether I want to use looting or whether I want to use silk touch on stuff, which is very nice. So I'm just going to fill this up for now. So there we go, 150. So later on we'll be adding an extra up to 2 modifiers onto both of these. So I've got a choice there between 2 really good picks and a fairly decent sword. Now the sword we can get a better sword, as I mentioned, but that's going to be very good for now. Right, next thing I want to do then. So we've covered that one. Now the next thing I want to do is a little bit of blood magic. So because I've got an emerald now, we can carry on with blood magic. So let's head over here. I'm so slow. Now, one of the reasons why I'm slow is obviously I've got no speed boost, because I've got no boots on with haste. So what I do want to do is I want to make some boots of the Traveller, which are a very good pair of boots you can get early on, and you can wear them end game as well if you wanted to. What I want to do first up though is I want to make sure I've got enough blood in here. Let's leave all that stuff in there for now. I want my sacrificial knife and my divination sigil, and we're going to look. We've only got 3,000 in there now. I believe that might be enough. Apprentice blood orb needs 5,000, so let's get a bit more stuff in here, and I want to show you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we want 1 more. So this is getting us 200 blood at a time, yeah? We're going to up that in a minute. Oh, there we go. Should be 5,000 in there now. So it's 5,005. I'm going to take out my weak blood orb. So that comes out. And I'm going to put an emerald in there. That's going to start working, and it's going to use all the 5,000 that's in there. And it's going to turn that into our second level blood orb, which is called a apprentice blood orb. Now we're going to make some sigils, and we're going to upgrade our altar a little bit. Now we're not quite ready for tier 3 yet. Remember, if this is tier 2, because it's got these stones around. What we can do though is we can up the amount of blood we get per stab with a knife. So let me just double check. We've where these are placed. I'm fairly sure they are placed around the edge. Hang on. Bear with me a sec. Where's not got a picture of runes on the altar? I'm fairly sure it's these four. I can never remember if it's these four that we upgrade or the outer ones. So there we go. We have got our new Apprentice Blood Orb. So now, rather than holding a maximum of 10,000 in our LP network, so if we look in our LP network, we've got 5,200 because I just stabbed myself when I right click that to make it bound to me. So we're still only getting 200. What I want to do next is I'll grab these things that I've made. That's just smooth stone, and that's just glowstone, and these guys are reinforced stone. What we can do with these is, if we put our weak blood orb in there, nothing happens. Look, if we put our new apprentice blood orb in there, what we can make is these things called runes of self-sacrifice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these 4 blocks. Like I say, I'm fairly sure it's these 4. We can always change it in a minute if I've got it wrong. I believe there was once the other way around and he changed it. I can never remember which way is the current way. So let's try it. There, and there. I'm just going to click the altar to confirm it's still a tier 2, and it is there. You see it's got 5 LP in, and it's a tier 2. But what we can do now, if we give ourselves a stab, will it go to 205 or will it go to more? So there's one stab. It's got a 285, so you see we've got an extra 80 from that stab for having these 4 self-sacrifice runes on. As our altar grows in tiers, the more self-sacrifice runes you have, the quicker you go. So by tier 5 you can be getting like, I think, 2,600 per stab. So that's a bit better at getting us our altar filled up quicker. So what we want to do is we actually want to put our apprentice blood orb in there, and you'll see that our LP is going up. Now you could have put speed runes in here, which also help a bit, but I just prefer, I don't mind taking a little bit of time and using self-sacrifice. But yeah, speed runes are also good. Well, there we go, we're getting more blood per tick now. That's going to be emptying because now we have either got a 15 or 25,000 capacity. I can't remember which it is top of my head. But, we can get a lot more blood in there. So I'm going to fill up my blood altar here. I'll be back in a minute. Okay then, I am back and I have got one full altar there, forgot what it's called then for a second, and 25,000 LP in my network. So I've got a decent amount. I've got 35,000 LP on tap now, life points. So we can start using some of this. I don't really, you can use it when you've got less, but I like to wait until I've got a little bit more so I can start using this. So what I'm going to first off is I'm going to make the sigils. Now I've got the sigils here. We've got sigils of different levels, and you can see the different levels take different orbs. So we've got these first two, the ones that don't actually take an orb, that takes a lava crystal. But then the next ones here take the apprentice, which is what we've got now, and then of course that one we've already got, the divination sigil, and then these take magicians and masters, and I don't think any take an archmage. No, look, magicians and masters are the tier 3 and tier 4. So the only one we've got of tier 4, is that right, is the Whirlwind and the Haste at tier 4. But what we're going to do is make the tier 1s and some of the tier 2s. So let's crack on with them. What we need is, I want my weak blood orb. I want some of them guys. And the first one we're going to make is our sigil of... Oh no, in fact, I thought I had water in them. I've got lava in them. So the first one we're going to make is a lava sigil. So I need 6 buckets of lava, a magma cream, and our lava crystal. So I brought my lava crystal up from downstairs where it was in the furnace down there. So I'm going to use that up. And I wanted a magma cream, which I've got one there. Cool. So that gets us a lava sigil. And you see it's used one of the buckets, so we get... Oh no, we haven't got 6 one back. Awesome, I thought I'd use one of the buckets. So we've got 6 buckets back. Sweet. Now for the next one, I want 7 buckets back. I want 7 buckets of water. Not really speaking very well today. Still in shock from singing yesterday. Right, so this one's very similar, apart from this one actually uses our weak blood orb. And put things around like so. That gets to the water sigil. So the first thing we have to do with these is, if we look at them, they've got no on it. So the first thing we need to do is right click. Now current owner, echo the builder, and right click, current owner, echo the builder. Cool. So just to make sure we are full still, 9950. I've used 50 LP somewhere. It must have been on that. Do that, fill us back up. Cool. So what we can do now is we can create water sources and lava sources. So I'm just going to grab some blocks. I am going to use these blood runes for now that we took out of there, just to create a little closed in space. There we go. So our first thing we can do is, with our water sigil, bam, create a water source, and that costs us 100 LP. So water source is good, but it's not. I mean, creating water source is pretty easy anyway. But it's nice just to be able to spam creating without having to have loads of buckets on you and stuff, which is really very nice. Now next, what I'll do is I'll just get rid of that water source with a block for now. We're gonna have a better way of doing that in a minute though. Pick that back up, and now we are going to use the lava sigil, which I am sure nice that we've got our lava crystal back as well. Didn't consume it, which is good. Lava sigil gets us a nice lava source. Now that is going to cost us a little bit more. So that cost us. What did that cost us? That's gone down about 850 odd, hasn't it? So I'm not exactly sure what that cost us. Now there is a little bit of a hidden buffer in this thing, so let's get this back up to its max again. 10,000. Let's create a fresh one of them lava sources. Can't exactly remember how much these cost. So we're still at 1,000. Let me just get them into a separate slot so I don't have to keep swapping. So we're at 10,000 there, and one lava source block is going to cost us £1,000. Okay, that makes sense. So lava source blocks, a bit more expensive than water as you'd expect. Costs us 1,000 each. Seems quite a lot when we've only got a total of 35,000. But remember, when we're at tier 5, we've got like a 10 million LP potential max. Well, that's not even. You can get even more because you can store more in your altar if you use certain runes on it. But there we go. We have got a lava source, which is very nice. We can use that for whatever we need it for. You can also pull that lava up and use it for other stuff. So that's very good. You can use that instead of having another lava source. But you do have to wait really to get this automated, which you can do with different types of runes. So there's the first. So that's a tier 1 sigil. Now later on we can get this thing called a sigil of holding. And what that'll do, that can hold 3 sigils in one, so you can just cycle through them, which is pretty nice as well. Or is it 4? 4 sigils in one, I think. So next, we are going to want to go on to our first of our sigils using the apprentice blood orb, and that's called a void sigil. So for that we want a bit of string. I didn't bring a bit of string up for this. I think we're going to need another bit of string later. We want our apprentice orb out of there. We want 6 empty buckets, and we want reinforced slate. Cool. There we go, void sigil, link that to us. What this can do, so that's at 9,000. This can get rid of a source block. Boop. And that was free, it seems. Cool. Didn't know that was free. So there we go. So you can use that to get rid of water source blocks, lava source blocks, any kind of liquid source block. Boop. Very nice. We'll take it, use some then though. I saw a little blood graphic. No, well, it's not using any. That's cool. So there we go. That's our first of the tier 2s, and then a couple of other tier 2s I want to make. I'm not going to make this one, Sigil of the Fast Miner, because we've got a decent pick anyway. But Sigil of the Fast Miner, you can turn that on and off, and it'll use a small amount LP, and it'll give you the haste boost. But what I'm going to make is these other two from this tier. Just make sure that's all of them. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the other for this tier. The first one I'm going to make is this thing called the Sigil of the Green Grove. This is really very cool. Let me just sleep so there's not an abundance of mobs downstairs when we go back downstairs. There we go. So this one we use 4 saplings, 3 reeds, and a reinforced slate. This is this guy, Sigil of the Green Grove. Now there's 2 ways of using this. The first way is simply by planting something and right clicking on it. Let's have this guy. Skeleton getting meat. Cool, so you see loot in there. Got us 3 ender pearls. We've got looting on our sword. Really helps when you're trying to get stuff early on. I don't know if our sword's got any more quartz on it yet. Killed a couple of things with it. Went looking for a certain couple of things. Let's have a quick check in here if that's grown at all. No, it's done one. So we shall see if that is a real thing. Can't remember what told me, but thanks for letting me know. I'm very dubious of stuff until I see it with my own eyes. So the first thing we can do is we can right click on something and it uses it as bone meal. So I don't know if bone meal would work on these because they're all on crops, on IC2 crops. I don't think bone meal works on these anyway. So let's get some of this stuff. Collect all this up. I have to make some kind of way of collecting this quicker pretty soon. And I'm pretty sure bone meal don't work on these. Oh, it does. Oh, sweet. Look at that. So, one click's bone meal in it, and then the second click is harvesting it. Very nice. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is if you shift right click. No, if you just right click in the air, you've got it turned on. Check that out. Because I've turned that on. Look how quick it's growing everything. Brilliant. And that works for trees, reeds, all kind of stuff. Very powerful, useful Sigil of the Green Grove. Later on we can put this in bound armour, make it so it doesn't cost any LP. That's currently taking a little bit of LP when it's growing stuff. You'll see a little blood graphic. That's showing me that it's taking some power. So let's turn that off for now. So that's very useful. And let's head back up there. Awesome. Look at all this. Look how quick it grew all them. Excellent. Now I'm not sure if it makes a difference with this stuff on read on there. Oh, son of a bitch. How did I just fall on that? Meh. There's a problem with this stuff. Frick's very easy. Now someone's told me of some fertilised earth from random things, which I think we've got in this pack. Random, yeah, fertilised earth. Fertilised dirt. I have to look at making that. Right, yeah, that's something I need to look at. I'll let you know what my findings are. I'll turn this on to just grow these quicker. I'm not sure if this will because the crops already acts as a growth accelerant. So I'm not sure if this will work on stuff like that. So I'm already on some other kind of growth accelerant. So it doesn't seem to be, does it? Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. Well, the next one's very cool. Off we go. Come on. Real slow. So, the next one, what we want is 6 feathers, a gas tier, and a reinforced slate. Now this one's quite expensive to use at this stage, but what this one does is, check this out. Whee! I can fly! So let's fly across this island. Then you see there I took damage when I landed. The thing with this one is, when you're using the air sigil, is we have now got flight, which is really cool. And this did work, by the way. I'll check this out earlier. What I said before about putting reeds on. There's reeds all the way down. So I've got like a free ladder. Anyway, let's go back up there. See, if you target down, you'll land without taking any damage. But if you just jump up and then let yourself drop, you will take damage. So be very careful when using this. Now with that, I'm going to make some boots in a minute. I'm going to really help us out with that. There There we go, we've now got flight. Very cool, but you'll see when we look at our altar now, we've used 5k of our essence. Oh, of course, I was checking that before when I was using the void sigil, and I didn't have the orb in, so it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. I may have misled you there. Let's just do this. Let that settle out. See what we've got in there. So when that needs to fill back up. Right, I'm just going to cut camera a minute. I shall be back in just a second. Okay, then I'm back again. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't have the orb in there, so it wasn't taking LP from the altar. It was actually taking it from my network, so I wasn't actually showing things as they used to them. But you saw we'd used about 5k from the network, just messing around there with the various sigils, flying around a little bit, and the sigil of green growth. So be aware, it does take some LP. Now let's just check properly what this void sigil costs then. So everything's full there, so this will take stuff out of the altar. So if we check the altar again now, we will see that it's taken 50. So void sigil takes 50, so that's nice. Another thing that's worth noting, of course, is if you want to save a bit of power, you can just switch to your glider and then glide around once you've got a bit of flight. But what we're going to move on to now then is a couple of things. One, I want to make a nice pair of boots. Now I'm going to make these guys spring boots. Someone tell me what these in a comment. I've not actually used these before. Whee. Get down to safety. Thank you. Take that off my back. So yeah, spring boots. Check these guys out. These are made using various things in our work table thing over here. So let's see what we need. We need 2 base panels, 2 gears, a pair of boots. So let's start off with a pair of boots. Easiest bit, innit? In fact, let's clear some of this out of the way for now. So as you can see later on, once we've got the sigil that lets you put 4 things in one, we could, for example, have water, lava, void, and air all in one sigil, and you just put it in your hand and you shift right click to cycle through the 4, so you don't have to have an inventory full of sigils, which is really cool. I'm going to keep the air sigil on me. The rest can go in the bag for now because they're more, at the minute, they're more occasional, let's say. So let's make a pair of boots. Might not have enough steel here for this. I might have to make a little bit more steel, but there's oh, that's not going to be a problem. Actually, SLA steel makes me normal boots. Could be, let's do in there, see if that makes a difference. Cool, actually makes the ones we want, so that's good to know. And we want, so that's just 4 in a square, just 4 of them, and we only need 2. We need some base panels. So let's go back here again, 2 of them. I believe it was 2 of them. And then 2 normal gears, which is just 5 of them things. And gets us 3 of them, which is nice. And then a double gear, which is 2 of them and 2 of them. Okay. So we wanted 2 there. And then we're going to want some more because we needed another 2 for the other bit. So now we want double gear. No, we've got a double gear there. Cool. There we go. Is that everything? So that goes there. There we go there. That gets us a pair of spring boots. Cool. What these do is, let's put these guys on. These guys, I thought they'd run a bit quicker and jump a bit higher. That's a bit weird. It's on the bottom left how much durability they've got. Now I think these make it so we don't take as much damage from falling. It's okay. Half a heart then. See what we take this time. From about the same place. Yeah, I'm certainly quicker with it, aye. Yeah, I'm quicker. Sure I am. I thought I could jump higher as well. I'm not 100% sure. Can I jump 2 blocks? No, okay. Well, I thought they did a little bit more for me than that, but it seems, I'm pretty sure they make it so you take less fall damage, which is nice, and get a bit of a speed buff. There we go, there's some spring boots. They're useful things to have. I was going to make boots of the Traveller, but what I've done is I've put that back a bit, because infusion crafting is quite intense. Boots of Traveller are quicker than these. If we look into our thing here now, we have, we've done our tier 1 and 2 sigils. I made some spring boots. What I was going to do was, I was going to do an infusion altar, but then I realised we need to get into all the essential distillation for that. I was going to make boots of the Traveller. I'm not going to bother making them for now, so we'll get rid of that. So for the rest of this episode, what I'm going to carry on with is, now we're starting to use some of our blood magic, and we've got our looting pick. What we can do is we can make a thing called a potion crystal. That's going to make filling our blood altar up much easier. Now potion crystals, yeah, potion crystals are from Geostrata, which we have seen down here, of course. So down we come, and then back up, because we don't move down here because I'm an idiot. I want to be halfway down. Come on. I should have flown up. I'm an idiot. I'm a double idiot, it turns out. Right, so if we go up here, there's some more of them fluorite things I was talking about earlier. So if you remember, they don't seem to be making much difference to me at all, to be honest. If you remember, around here we've got a couple of things. We've got regen crystal here, and we've got fire resist crystal here. Well, now a couple of things. One, because we've got silk touch, you can actually pick these up, and they stay in the crystal form, so you can place them up by your base or whatever, and you get that little 10-second buff. The other thing we're doing, because we've got looting, we can break them, and we've got a good chance of getting more than just 2 back. Like that, we've got 7, and that's awesome. The fire ones are not that important. What we wanted at least 4 magenta ones, and we got 7, so that's really good. But now what we can do, if we go back to the base, we run around here. I was expecting a bit more from them boots, if I'm being honest. Oops. I tried them in single player, but I also tried the upgraded ones, called the bedrock ones. That's how you get up quicker, innit? Sweet. Now what we're going to need for this is we're going to need a redstone block. We need a couple of obsidian. We're going to need a gold block, which we're going to have to make in here. I want 9 gold. That'll let us make a gold block. Wonderful. And what we'll do with this is, they go there, they go there. Oh, I think I needed 2 redstone blocks. And they go there. Let's go get another redstone block. Oops. Something I want to make for them as well. I want to make a pressure plate for a start, and I'll make a thing called a warded paving stone. So I can leave that open and mobs that'll come in. So get over the redstone block, and I've done something wrong. Come on then. Show me what I've done wrong. Potion crystal, we're making a magenta one, so it doesn't matter, they're all the same, just got different colour crystals. Oh, it is 1 redstone, 1 glowstone, of course it is. We can go back, and let's make a glowstone block. Beep. There we go. That gets us this wonderful thing called a magenta potion crystal. You see the effects regen. In the nether it only affects mobs, so you don't want to put one of these in the nether. And effect range 12, effect level 3. So what we can do now is if we go up here, whee, and put this near our altar. I'm going to put it just there. Sweet, you see, look, I've got regen 3, and I get it for 5 minutes. So one really useful thing I can do now is I can fill my altar up a lot easier. I would have liked to do this earlier, to be honest, but I wanted to do it on camera when I filled this up. But what I can do now, with my knife, you see, I can stab away, and I've got a nice fast regen. That's going to let me fill my altar up much quicker, so I can use my LP a bit easier now. So you really want one of them near your altar. Really helps a real lot. And also, because I've got a 5-minute buff, I can also go places like the Nether, and my buff stays with me. Now, if I placed that potion crystal in here, it wouldn't give me the buff. Because it's a 5-minute buff, you can pretty much go anywhere you want and got a nice regen buff. And of course, if they had the fire resist one, then the fire resist one would have worked in the same way. So I'll probably make a fire resist one, place it near my spawn, my book there, so a blaze spawner. So every time I go through, I've got 5 minutes of fire resist. But I need to grab another one of them to make sure of that. Now it's getting dark. I'm aware that I didn't show you the sleeping bag in action earlier. So my spawn's actually here at the minute. I slept here just before I start recording again. Night time's coming. As soon as that sun hits the horizon, it's classed as night time. So now, sleeping in the sleeping bag there, you see it's taking my chest plate off because we're actually wearing a sleeping bag. It puts your sleeping bag into your back slot, so you've got to be aware to put your armour back on when you come back on. There we go, that's how the sleeping bag works. And it hasn't reset my bed, so I could do that in Mistcraft Ages or anywhere, and it doesn't reset your bed, which is really nice. That's couple more things off the list. Now, I want to do a little bit of Thaumcraft. I said I was going to do infusion, and I'm not going to do infusion just yet, but I want to get a couple of little things ready. So the next couple of steps we're going to be doing with Thaumcraft, one of them is we're going to start doing things that cost a bit more mana, a bit more aspect, I mean. And for that, we're going to want a couple of things. The first thing is we want a better wand, because at the minute, all we've got is our little crappy iron wand here. That's, see, look, even to make the infusion thing, this is the central block of the infusion multi-block. You can see it needs 42 order there, and our iron cap wand can only have a maximum of 25 in each. So the next thing we need to actually do is we need to make a better wand, and that of course needs that. So let's pull them bits out of there, and I'll keep them on me for now. I'll show you a couple of things. So I've researched the bits we need. The bits we need for this are Thaumcraft. We want a great wood wand core, which is just 2 great wood logs. Now great wood logs are Thaumcraft trees that grow around the world, and gold wand caps makes them nicer. No penalty when used to channel V. So at the minute, because we're using iron, we've got a penalty, so it actually uses more than it needs. So what we can do is we want 2 of these wand caps, 1, 2, and we want 2 of these great wood logs. This is a great wood rod. We've placed them in there now, and I have not got enough air, so I'm going to have to go get some more air to do this. Right, so that's the first thing. Right, I'm going to have to get air to finish this, so I'll go find a bit of air, get some in my wand there. See, it's down at 8.2, so I'll have a little look around for a node, and I shall be back in a bit. Okay, back again then. I'd been and found a node, and I think I managed to throw my sacrificial knife away, so I just had to make another one. I can't find it anywhere, so I think I've just binned it somehow. No idea. But I've got that now, so what we can do is we can make this thing. See, that takes 9.45 because if you check this out, it's got it's got 105% V cost. Now it would have more, it'd have 110, but I've got a 5% discount there, you see. So if we look at that, it's now got 110% V cost, and they cost 9.9. Well, what I can do before we make this, make one other little thing. Let's go back in there. What I'm going to do is grab a load of wool and string. And what this does for us is this lets us make. Oops. Away. I'm making such a bad job of that. Let's just make this stuff. Got spellbound cloth. No, it's not going to leave me with enough stuff to make the actual wand, I don't think, is it, when I make all this? Let's make 19 of these. So I'm going to make these a little bit at a time, I think. First of all, let's get that back on, because that'll make it cheaper. Not much, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 8 of these first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take all this back out. I'll put them in there. That lets us make this guy. And he's got a 2% discount. So that adds another bit of discount to it. So you probably don't want to wear these out unless you're getting really well enchanted. But we can go again. And we'll make 7 now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clear that again. Make ourselves some pants. That adds more discount. Then finally, make the last 4. You see now we're down to 1.0.1. So it's getting cheaper each time we add a little bit more. Yeah, we didn't quite have enough. So I need to go and find some more order and some other stuff to make our wand again. But there you go, that's the Thaumcraft robes. So the last thing we're making there is, with one more fabric, is the boots. So when you're doing your early stuff, don't matter so much later on when you've got big wand and nodes in your base and stuff like that, but early on this is really worth making. Cost a bit of wool and string and some aspects. So I'll go get that finished, and what I'll do is I'll make the wand, and then I've got one more little thing to do. The episode's getting quite long, we're about 45 minutes I think. We'll do one more thing before we go, so I should be back once I've made the wand, and we'll just finish off back in a bit. Okay then, quickly to wrap up, if you remember before we had our iron capped wooden wand in here, the V cost was 42 with that guy in, because it was 105%, because the only discount we had was our helmet. Well, now if we come over here, I've just quickly made this guy. He's an invisible shrouded pressure plate. You make a pressure plate like so, and then a bit of wool under it makes it silent, and then lapis and glowstone and nether quartz make it invisible as well, so it's very nice. Well, if you click on one of these things where you're giving it a redstone signal, so here I'm stood on a pressure plate, shift right click, and it'll swap everything you're wearing across. And this keep the element on anyway, so it's not quite perfect yet. But we've got a full set of V reduction stuff on now, and with our gold wand that I made, but I've got no aspects in it yet. As you can see, that takes that down to 36, so that's quite. It's not a massive amount, but early doors it's worth doing. So that's worth knowing about, certainly. So let's come back over here, shift them. Now let's come back into it and put my helmet back on. I'm going to make a set of goggles for that, so I've got a set of goggles. This iron cap one now is pretty much scrap. Iron capped normal wood ones can damage nodes and stuff, so you don't want to be using one of them really. As soon as you can get rid of it, you want to get a better one. So that one will hold, I believe, 50. We haven't got anything in it at the minute though. But I believe that'll hold 50 of each aspect, which is a start. We're still going to want to start making better stuff. What we need to make the better stuff though is we need to go into the infusion, make the Thaumcraft caps, which need to be done in an infusion altar, and we want the silverwood wand that also wants to be in an infusion altar. So that's a totally different step. Right, to finish off then, let's quickly look at the last thing on the list today, which is automating this berry bush that I showed you last week. If you watch any of my other series, you probably know about this already, because I've got it in. I'm using this in every series at the minute to get myself some XP. What we've got is the berry bush is still here from where it was last time. All I've got next to it is this guy, the autonomous activator. Very straightforward thermal expansion machine. Uses a servo, piston, a chest, a couple of bits of tin. We've got that guy next to it there, and all we've got in there is we've clicked this to take. Use the first slot, just take some berries, and you see it. We've got it set to just use the first slot, and we put a stick in the first slot, so the stick pulls berries off, and then the berries go into the activator and stay there. With that on randomly or round robin, then it'd eat the berries. Or with no stick in it, it'd eat the berries. That's Nicholas on the Utopia server worked that out for me. So there we go. We've got 34 in there now. I haven't got a massive amount, but this is a single player world, so it doesn't say chunk loaded when I'm offline. But there we go. I've got 28. Let's go to 30 levels, and then I can enchant something next time. I've got something to enchant. There we go. So thank you very much as always for watching. That's pretty much it for this episode. What I want to do is quickly cover that. So great wood stroke gold one we've done. Go on to our second page. We've done our farming roads, which gets us minus V cost, which is worth having. And we've automated our first XP bush, and we can, as we find more XP essence bushes, we can carry that on. So coming up in future episodes, this is all the stuff we'll be working towards. Biblio bookmaker, I want to do that so I can get repairing on my gear. So that's might move that to the top of the next episode. But, and then we've moved them down there, and I probably will make them once we get to that point. So I'll untick that. So as always, thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining, and I hope I taught you something. If I didn't, I hope it was at least entertaining anyway. So I hope to see you next time. Cheers. Bye.